In this video, we are going to see how we can create an online compiler assessment and invite candidates to take this assessment. Along with that, we are going to see how, as a candidate, I can take this assessment. First, to create an assessment, we have to go and click on this assessment option. It will take us to the assessment landing page where we can see multiple type of assessment that Calibrat as a platform supports. Now, to create an online compiler assessment, we have to select this one. We can click on this icon, and now once we click on this, since it is a very fresh account, we get redirected to an empty page since we haven't created any assessment yet. Now, so let's click on this button, create new button. As soon as we click on this, we get redirected to assessment creation page where we are asked to provide required details. So here, let's start by providing assessment name. So for this demo purpose, say I want to conduct an online compiler test about JavaScript. So let's enter the name, say JavaScript basics. Okay, type is online compiler. Now, next is test selection. Now, in this drop down, as we can click, we can see there are a number of predefined assessments that we can select from. Since for this demo, we have decided to go with the JavaScript, let's select the first one, that is JavaScript 60. Now, next is the assessment description. Whatever, if any description we want to provide for an assessment, we can provide it over here. Uh, let's this is an optional field, so for the demo purpose, I'm not providing anything. Click on next. Next is the page where, as a user, we can provide some additional information for the assessment, like instructions. If we want to provide some additional instructions for the assessment, or any particular message that we want to display to the end user or candidate after the assessment is submitted. So I'm not going to make any changes in this. Click on next. Now this is the preview page where we can see the assessment name, that is JavaScript's basics, number of question 2, what is the test duration, 60 minute, and what is the passing score, this is 40%. Here we can also have a glimpse of the assessment questions that are configured. So first question is reverse vowel, another one is attendance record. Now once we are okay with this, we can click on save and publish. As soon as we do that, we get redirected to the batch creation page. Now here we need to provide some information about this batch, say batch name. So I'm providing batch 1. For demo purpose, I'm not selecting any of these configurations. It is keeping it open. Now here, for online compilers, we have to provide the candidate details whom we are looking to invite. So let's provide my email address here. So Sankadeep, this is fine. Provide my some mobile number here, and let's click publish. So as soon as the publish button is clicked, user gets redirected to the invite section of the assessment where we can see this new batch has been created and the candidate that we have provided is being invited over here. So if we click on this batch, we can see Sankadeep Das has been invited, his access code is this, and his current status is not taken. Now, if we want to invite few more, we can do the same here by clicking on this button and selecting add new. As soon as we click on that, we get redirected to this screen where we again get this sort of field where we can provide required details of the candidate whom we would like to invite, and then click on invite. Other than that, there is another option. We can upload an Excel file which contains required candidate details. Then how can we get this Excel format? We can click on this and the Excel format can be downloaded from here. So let's not do it for now. Let's continue with this. Here, if we want to go back, then again, let's cancel this thing up and we come back to this batch listing page. Now, if we go again to this assessment listing page. Now we can see under online compiler type of assessment, I have one assessment created. Now once I click on this, it shows that JavaScript basics have been created. And once we select this one, we get redirected to assessment detail landing page, where if we want to see the invited batches, we can click on invites and this batches gets listed. So till now we have checked how we can create an online compiler assessment in Calibrat platform, also how we can invite a candidate. Now let's have a look from the candidate perspective how we can appear for an assessment. Now, as a candidate, we will receive an email from Calibrate platform. In this, we can see the requirement details, batch name, and other stuffs were provided. Along with this, candidate gets an link, which is here. He has to click on this, and a new tab will be opened. And in that, you have to provide this assessment score, access code, sorry, to initiate the assessment. So let's click on this. Yes. So my assessment platform gets loaded. Now let's provide the access code over here. Clicked on continue. Yes, this is done. So basic system check will be performed. Clicked on next. It shows you the instructions page for the assessment. Now, while we click on continue, the assessment screen starts loading. Here it is. So here we can see as a candidate what is the assessment name, how many problems are there, what is the duration of this assessment, and if we are okay with this instruction and all, we can click on this start taking assessment, and then we can proceed. Here again a basic system check is performed. Then declaration part, we have to check this and agree to this terms and conditions and click on this. So as soon as we are done, we get redirected to this online editor sort of view, where on left hand side I can see the question detail. So here the first question says reverse vowel. This is an expected coding assignment. Then 50 point is associated with it. Here it goes the problem description. Then what is the expected input format, what are the constraints, what are the output. Here we can see a sample input and what is the sample output for this specific input. Here we can see maximum how much time your program can take to get executed. Okay, now on the right hand side we can see the panel where I am supposed to provide the answer. Let's discuss about this panel a little bit. Now here, as we can see, here is first it says solution code, so we are expected to provide the solution code over here. Next, this panel represents the status of the assignment for this particular problem. Here it shows the option in which language you want to answer it. For this demo purpose, we have only selected or provided allowed the JavaScript. So in this drop down, I'm getting only JavaScript option. Now, whenever we make certain changes, if we want to verify, we can run this code and the output gets displayed like this. We can check the input and this is the output. So run code button feature is that it runs whatever code you have written in this panel. It executes it depending on the input provided in this section and shows you the output in output section. Now here we can see as soon as we run the code, the status of this got changed to attempted. Now let's provide proper input or proper code for this assignment. Okay, now so I have written some code. Now I would like to run this. Let's click on this run code. The solution is auto saved. It is running this code. So code got executed successfully. Now next what we need to do is click on submit to submit the solution. So it says submitted, and now it is evaluating all the test cases for the solution. So after execution, it is saying that it is partially accepted. It doesn't, why? Because it hasn't satisfied all the test cases saved against this problem. So let's proceed for the next assignment by clicking on next. Now this is the next assignment. Again, on the left hand side, we can see the assignment statement, description, what is expected, and what are the sample inputs, what are the sample output, and all. Now here on the right hand side, we can see in the solution part, we have some part in light yellow and some part in white. So what, as a candidate, what I need to do is I need to provide my solution or my code in this white panel part, because this yellow part is not editable. I cannot edit this part, whereas I need to provide solution over here. So let's provide or write a code to solve this issue. Okay, so I have provided some code to solve this issue. Now let's try to run this. Format is same. Again, it is saying attempted input JavaScript, then run code. Let's click on run code and system is evaluating it. So it is saying that there is some issue with my solution. So let's go back. What it is saying, absent ARR is not defined. So let's go back to this code and try to see. So again, I have made required changes, and now let's try to execute this code by going on run code. So as soon as we do that, we can see, yes, it is providing me the required output. So I can now submit this. As soon as we submit this code, system is submitting and validating its whatever solution I have provided for this, and it says accepted. All the test cases were accepted for this solution. Now, since I have answered both of this question, I can go down and submit and finish my assignment. It shows how much time I have taken. I can click on submit the assessment. So once soon as it is done, it takes me to a landing page where it is showing up the message that we had given while configuring the assessment. Thank you for taking the assessment. Cool. So this is how a candidate is supposed to appear for this assessment and attempt whatever solution whatever problem was given. Now let's go back to the admin part and see how we can check about this candidate status. Okay, now we are back at our admin portal where we are looking to have a look at the candidate's attempt detail. So again, I'm clicking on this online compiler. It shows the configured assessment. Click on this, go to invites. This is the badge. Now, as soon as you click on this badge, we can see this candidate has submitted his attempt. Now we can click on this. Candidate has attempted this assessment. The status is submitted and the report is also generated. Now if we click on this report, the report PDF gets open in the next tab. We can download it from here and keep for future references. Now let's have a look at the report. This is candidate name, report name, when it was submitted. These are the some additional information. What is the total percentage we have acquired? What is the status of it? How is the average quality of the code written by the candidate? And blah 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 stuff. Now performance summary, we can see that one solution was partially accepted and one was accepted completely. So as we can go down, we can get this summary view. It says the technology that have been used for which problem, what is the score we have received. If we go down the report, we can see a details section where we first see the problem statement, then we see the solution provided by the candidate. This is the first solution. Next, it shows how we have verified. There are numerous test cases associated with each question. So system executed all those, and some of those got passed, some of those got failed. That's why the first solution was accepted partially. Now For the second attempt, as we can see, here is the problem statement followed by what is the code quality. The solution part is over here. This is the section where candidate has provided the answer. Now here we can go down and we see all the test cases associated with this solution, or sorry, with this question were accepted. So the candidate has got the full marks, that is 50 out of 50. So yeah, this is how we can conduct an assessment in Calibrate platform for you.